Nadir assures the rest of the squad that this path is safer because it will be easier to hide from any threats. This ain't good. This ain't good at all. Hey, I thought you said this valley was barren.
Got him!
Alright, survival fans, you're in for a treat here today as we are here today checking out a little banger by the name of Ashwalkers. A survival journey. That's Ashwalkers as in Ash, catch 'em. You know, gotta catch 'em all. Not asswalkers like you're after the booty. Now that being said, this is a game that I actually checked out myself personally, maybe about a year or two ago as a demo, very early in development, and it seemed to have a lot of promise, but it was just early in development. You never know with these games. And here today we actually have the full product, so I'm excited to check this out because when I played it, and just the entire concept behind it reminds me a bit of something like a This War of Mine, Dead Road to Canada, Survive the Blackout, a band of people trying to survive by traveling, gathering the right resources, and making a lot of tough choices along the way to get to their utopia. Day 13, almost 2 weeks ago, the third squad left the Citadel in search of the legendary Dome of Domes. The squad members, Petra, the captain, Sin, the warrior, Kali, the diplomat, and Nadir, the scout, have been picking their way cautiously through the deadly, unbreathable, and ash-filled outside air. The squad is the last hope of survival for the 200,000 souls of the Citadel. Having crossed the desert canyon of the Nord, they finally arrived in view of the Ash Plains beacon, a crucial milestone in their search for the legendary refuge. Welcome to Ashwalkers. You can move around the game world with left click. So, let's go ahead and do this, and this right here, what you're looking at, is going to be essentially the entire look of the game. This black and white feel, which to me personally, I like. I know not everybody's crazy about it, but at least for me it feels that for this type of game it kind of makes sense. We have a desolated world where apparently Ash is overbearing. I mean, these people can't even walk out of their sanctuary without having some sort of breathable mechanic on their faces. You need to help your squad survive bad weather, hostile forces, and the passage of time. Find a resource to gather before carrying on. So let's see, we gotta get firewood here. You can gather resources in exchange for energy. Petra's exhausted, so we gotta find somebody else that can indeed do that for us. Let's see here. So if I right click right out of the way, we have apparently switched over to this guy, Sin. Alright. So Sin, you go ahead and grab that. Perfect. And now we have taken control over him as the squad leader. And I believe all of them have like different characteristics and like skills as well, so some will come beneficial in certain situations, some will not. Got the key E14 outpost, one of the furthest refuges from the Citadel used by Pathfinders to glean meteorological and cartographical data. One of the beacons containing data on the Dome of Domes should be located here. This painting was produced no more than a few weeks ago. The symbols of brutality and barbarity are depicted with respect. Could this be a warning of dangers to come? Or a macabre fascination with the wolf? By the way, macabre? It's kinda rather macabre, but one of my favorite words ever. Just because there's so many different ways to say it. Like I say macabre, but then I've heard some people say like macabre. So you never know, it just depends on who you are. I've said both ways to be honest with you. But still, the way you say that word, I'm a big fan. You know, sometimes I'm a fan of words, what can I say? Several days after leaving the Citadel, the squad explores an abandoned outpost. The Pathfinder's information was correct. One of the beacons that will guide them to the Dome of Domes is indeed right here. So I guess we have found it with this bad boy. As Kali starts hacking the beacon's data, Sin keeps a vigilant watch of the outpost exit, scanning for any potential threats. Meanwhile, Nadir begins preparing the trail the squad will take through the ashes as Petra uses a radio set to contact the operator. So I guess in a way we're kind of already seeing like everybody's individual like priorities, right? The speaker of the rudimentary radio crackles and hisses before the reassuring voice of the operator is heard. Congratulations! On behalf of the authority, you've reached the first beacon. Now you must decide on your strategy to reach the second beacon. So keep on moving, plan ahead, and act fast. Every obstacle in our path will be destroyed. We seek to understand the world and prepare ourselves to meet it. We shall be invisible and therefore invincible. Let's go with keep moving, plan ahead, and act fast. That's kind of like my thing. Now, one thing I should note, I guess we'll get to it soon. The squad members act boldly and strategically. The operator validates their choice, highlighting the urgency and honor at stake. With the next wave, the Citadel will collapse. Our hopes lies with you, scouts. May victory be ours. The radio signal goes dead, and the squad resumes their determined march. The next wave? I don't know what that means. You should set up camp before your expedition continues. Alright. One of the things I wanted to mention was there's apparently 34 different endings to this game. 34. I guess based on all the decisions you make throughout the course, the way you kind of go about making decisions, who dies, who lives, things like that. So 34 endings, keep that in mind. The stronger your campfire is, the more efficient your camp activities and resource consumptions will be. Add 2 combustibles to the fire to continue. So fire is off. Let's go ahead, I guess it'll be the ones with the little fire thing on them. How about that? So here we have Callie apparently needs food. So Callie's right here. I mean, theoretically speaking, I normally wouldn't feed somebody at that level, just because it seems like, you know, you're still kind of alright. So obviously Petra's the one to need to rest, right? She can even, like, perform a simple task for us. So Petra, I guess that's you. Place you right over through there. I guess we'll leave our big guns boy Sin as a guard. Because right now we're unprotected, and he will offer protection. Very good. Confirm our assignments. The figure. The squad members believe that the disturbing figure they can see in the distance is a savage. The figure stands motionless for a while before running away. We should try to find some first aid supplies, just in case, right? Yeah, we don't have any of those right now. Luckily, nobody's really hurt. Sin does have the biggest HP bar of all of them. Nadir seems to be the one with the smallest one. Nadir is the stealth guy, so I guess that's normally how it usually would play out. As you can see, as we walk, everything seems to be dropping little by little. Through the mist, the squad members spy the silhouette of a wolf. The scrawny beast bares its fangs, growls, and moves to attack. Now, we did see a painting of the wolf, right? So, I wonder what that means. We could shout to frighten the wolf, we can run away, we can attack head on, or light a fire to scare it away. Not sure if I want to use my supplies this early on just for a little wolf, especially a scrawny one. So how about we have Sin take over this one for us. We have a bloodstain. The squad pounces on the wild animal. Despite its weak and starving state, the wolf puts up an honorable fight, gnawing Sin on the leg before dying. The members of the squad dissect the carcass for rations, so we did get hurt, but we also have indeed found some food from that. How badly was it? Okay, 12 of 14, that's not too bad. What I do like though, you see now that Sin has visible injuries on him, and because of the entire... Let's actually scavenge this here first. Who should I do this for? Let's have Callie. Hey, Callie, how do I switch over to you? There it is. Because of the entire gray look of the game, just the black and white, what I do like is that now the injuries are very, very visible. We started with the wolf, the leftovers of the wolf, but also, you know, our characters here. So that's actually kind of cool. I like that. It is a very nice little contrast. We have apparently, what is this one? Oh, food. Leftover carcass, huh? There is a dude over there too, I think. Okay, let's continue onwards here after we have gathered our food and we have the campfire. The squad members notice a campfire in the distance. There, a hooded figure can be seen warming his hands. Approach the menace, approach in peace. Or I should say approach with menace. Not approach the menace. We don't know him just yet. We don't know if he's a menace just yet. So we should approach with menace, so we approach with peace. Perform a surprise attack, which seems to be Sin's, you know, go-to thing. Or just don't approach altogether from the guy who runs and hides. Well, let's see if we could be a little bit, diplomatic here. We don't know who this is. The squad members approach, hands raised in the air. From beneath the hood, this young savage greets them with a smile. Kali enters into conversation with him, and the savage invites them to sit and eat with him. Okay, so far really good, but we don't know where this could evolve into, right? Now we have the option of eating and resting. Rest with a watch rotation, or just leave. I'm gonna hope that we're fine by just eating and resting. The squad decides to share a meal with the stranger. The respite takes place without incident. Kali spends most of the time chatting with the savage. From this conversation, Kali learns of a group of savages to the north called the Hound, who believe in the values of honor and warriorship. So we're good? The squad leaves a few hours after a warm farewell from the stranger. Okay, so being a little bit trusted here helped us out. We got our bellies full, and a nice portion of our rest has been returned. But it does seem we have a very first split in the road. The Ash Valley. Two paths open up before the squad. To the west lies a territory inhabited by wild animals, if the tracks in the ash are to be believed. The east sprawls a cold, rugged, winding valley. Let's go eastern path. Let's assume that right now we're fine when it comes to food. Let's just see what happens. Nadir assures the rest of the squad that this path is safer because it will be easier to hide from any threats. This ain't good. This ain't good at all. Hey, I thought you said this valley was barren.
Ha! Got him!
The squad trudges onwards. After only a few minutes, they realize that a pack of wolves has been trailing them and now has them trapped. Sin only sees one solution. He will stay behind a fight, giving the rest of the squad time to escape. Let Sin sacrifice himself for the good of the squad. Refuse to let Sin sacrifice and fight by his side. Oh man. Oh man, this is like one of those hey, you made the wrong choice, but this is the type of game where you make the wrong choice. This is gonna be a very serious consequence for you. I like that. I like that. You know what? It's gonna punish me. Earn it, boy. Earn it. You know what? Oh, let's do the honorable thing, huh? We all took injuries. The squad decides to stand together and fight by Sin's side. The combat is intense and desperate. The squad members are harried by the wolves' incessant assaults with tooth and claws. Oh, that's a lot of injuries. Oh my god, that hurts. They organize their defenses and eventually manage to repel the attack, but at what cost? At what cost indeed? Nadir in specific could, okay, luckily there's some herbs here. Now, oh no, that's not herb. Oh, they're mushrooms, it's food. I got happy there for a second. It seems to be like is that a shack over there? I'm not sure how we did. Don't lead me into a fight right now. I don't know if the fights are random, if they're time-based. Oh god, I'd like to be able to see it. There's no dangers coming up. Because I see over there what seems to be a shack, but this feels like it's gonna trigger something, is it not? Please don't. I really need to rest. Okay, look, there's a campfire over there. Yo, it might be a lot safer than just posting up here in the middle of nothing and sitting down, right? They just gave me one terrible event. They're not gonna give me another one immediately, right? Please don't jinx it by bringing it up, I know, but don't keep moving that side. Seems to be like a book there as well. Okay, Petra, you continue. Ooh. What seems to be a leftover camp in general, right? So, look, if we could just chill here for a while, which seems kind of relatively safe. It's an abandoned camp. I think we should be fine. Let me grab From Pathfinder to the Final Hope of My People. Didn't read the rest of it, went away too fast. Okay, look. I want to camp here, so just grab this. Please don't trigger anything. Chart journal. The writings of a man on the run from a pack of wolves. He did not live to write a different end to the tale, but his journal miraculously survived the acidity of the air. Okay. Does that mean, this is not a good place to camp? Or would it mean that the wolves that we fought just a while back might be related to this guy? I don't know, but we gotta camp, dude. Alright, I'm liking this already. There's a very, choose your own adventure style to it. We have plenty of firewood for the most part, so let's spark this puppy up all the way is what I'm thinking. Just because this way, everything will have a higher impact on what we do, right? Plus, we're using the overload stuff, so that's okay. Large fire. Now, I hope this large fire isn't a way to just attract everybody to us and be like, hey, we're over here in case you want to come over and check us out.
Bruh.
Okay, you see this? So this Nadir heel is going to go ahead and pimp him out completely. We got one more. Only one more is the problem, so who gets it? Kali's got 6 HP left over, Sin's got the most, and Petra, I guess... Well, let's see how much it restores first, right? Oh wow, that's a lot. That's definitely a lot, so we can max somebody out right now. I'm gonna say our warrior should be completely healed, just in case things go down. Now Petra, you have to rest. Nadir's healed up, he is the guy who hangs out in the outskirts and does this thing. How about you explore for us? 65% chance you'll find some food. You here as well? 1 to 6. Now we won't know until we learn the meta for this game what happens. It seems we have found... Yeah, with no medkits. However, we got some surprise guests. Sin is convinced he has heard wolves and decides to use fire to ward them off. The flaming torches send terrified rodents fleeing away from the camp, in turn, luring larger predators away from the squad. So we lost some wood in order to keep ourselves safe, so that's fine. I'll definitely take that. Now, one thing I worry about is... we got this journal that told us about these wolves. Do you think we are walking right into it here? I apologize if anyone needs a bandage. You would just have to try not to. Seems to cut out before we could read the entire thing for some reason. I guess that's probably because of my progression going forward. Who knows? Ooh. Well, this seems... Oh, there's a figure in there. I guess this could be the warrior squad that the figure told us about. So, I mean, depending on how we approach this could be positive or negative.
And here we go.
What just happened? The mansion. It's like a horror setting in here, man. As the squad enters a surprisingly well-conserved ruin, Nadir steps on a cable. It's a rudimentary trap. With a muffled click, locks the front door. Oh, so we can't leave is what you're saying? The scouts are locked inside the mansion. The sound of hurried footsteps can be heard in the adjacent room. I mean, it doesn't seem like they're really moving, they're just kind of waiting for us here. In case you're wondering, you can't camp in here either. You know, just FYI. Oh, we have found the hound. Good. In the corner of the dusty room are at least 24 figures, dressed in wolf pelts, observing the squad, with spears and bows at the ready. It's difficult to determine the exact level of their hostility. Direct confrontation is risky. The wolf-headed savages await the squad's reaction. Now, it does seem this might be the exit over here, but there's also a little shiny spot there. This is a people that apparently they honor the thrill of the fight, battle. Would us drawing our weapons make them believe, hey, fellow people like us, you're good? Or if we don't draw our weapons, they'll see us as weak and they'll be like, these people don't deserve to live. Let's kill them. I'm gonna draw the weapon. They retreated at first, but then in unison they begin to prowl around the squad like seasoned predators. Disappear inside the mansion, confront them. The squad decides to confront them. The squad is clearly outnumbered in this fight. There will be casualties. Kali is dead. The diplomat died from injuries on day 15. There are 3 squad members alive. A single survivor cannot carry on alone. 2 more deaths, and this game is over. So, what would have been the proper thing here, you think? Not brandish the weapons at all? Or brandish the weapons and then hide into the mansion? I mean, hindsight 2020, right? Alright. Well, one thing I can tell you is that I saw a shiny over there, so before we probably walk out and get out of here, we need to explore everything in here. Problem with this is going to be that we can't carry too much now. However, I'm willing to drop food if we have to, just for medical supplies. Sin, I mean... Yeah, we took a lot of damage. I was trying to figure out like how much health we could have had and maybe still survived. But it's hard to say because Petra and Nadir, I'm surprised we didn't lose more than one, to be honest with you, at this point. Like when I said casualties are to be expected, I was thinking, oh man, we're probably gonna lose 2 people, but only one doesn't seem too crazy. The Hound. A surprisingly organized group of savages whose mystical beliefs focus on the figure of the wolf. Okay, so I'm about to leave, but I think there might be one more room over here. Oh, thank goodness. Oh, go back in there. Okay, I was about to leave, and let me be honest with you, this visual effect, I understand why it's here. I'm not a big fan of visual effects like this, that are warning you like you're about to die, like I get it. But it's honestly really annoying. Any game that does this, I don't like. Like, if there's an option to turn this off, I'd be happy about it. How many medkits are we looking at here? Tell me, like, enough to recover. Oh, it's only 2. Well, to be honest with you, if we get into a campfire situation and we build it up to large, we should be able to probably get Petra and Nadir completely rested up, and the sin's not too bad, so there is that. Who's going to go ahead and do this for us? I guess we'll just have Petra. Keep at it. Perfect. Okay. Day 15, the members of the 3rd squad leave the mansion, their hands covered in blood and their hearts twinging with a strange guilt. Completing their mission is their absolute goal, and too many lives depend on it, but at what cost? So now it's giving me kind of like an overall thing of what we've done. This is intriguing. Your squad is combative. Your squad tries to stay as neutral and level-headed as possible in the face of danger. Intriguing. I mean, I guess we have been a little bit combative, sure, but I was just hoping that this clan would just respect the fact that we are going to draw weapons as well and be like, okay, you're like one of us, you may proceed. Day 25. In search of the next beacon, the 3rd squad is now crossing damp, yet verdant volcano lands. Human movement has been observed in the area, so the squad members need to be extra cautious. Which, perfect place for us to wrap up here. We have had a casualty. It's going to be a learning experience for sure, but definitely a game I'm already intrigued in. If you'd like to see more, continue this journey in specific as well, let me know in the comments about leaving a thumbs up. We can definitely come back and do some more. Otherwise, all the information for Ashwalkers will be down below in case you want to pick it up for yourselves. By the time you see this video, the game should be live as well. So, and not only live, but actually not an early access game. A complete game. How about that? I'll catch you guys next time.